Rosa swap, Impunity KH this time going to be on the blue side, Orange Esports on the red side. And this is where things get a little bit interesting because based on the drafts, we do see Leomon as well as the Fovia is going to be prioritized coming from Impunity. They do like to stick towards their 1-1, but Orange Esports, they say no Kaja, no 1-1. Pretty sure Martins is going to be next to fall. Unless, and I mean unless, the Johnson sneaks in. Impunity, they're betting off the Valentina. Please don't, like, please don't pick the Johnson first pick. You know, I'm pretty sure Orange Esports, they are gonna pick the Kadita, denying it away if they go for the Johnson first pick. Pretty no-brainer. But Orange Esports can look to play Johnson Kadita as well because it's something that both AIM and Stormy has played before. Kadita Johnson is within their vicinity. But as soon as I say this, Fanny will be banned off and Faramis will be the priority coming from TY. So no more Johnson Kadita. Get that out of the way. Go away. No more Johnson Kadita. I don't think they're gonna pick that. But Orange Esports, they are gonna pick the Akai. However, we know for a fact that there has been a recurring trend for both Faramis and Diggy. So Orange Esports, they need to decide. Pick this Diggy now for AIM. It's something that he does play a lot. And they should. But no, they don't pick the Diggy. They pick the Martis instead. And now Impunity is in a position where I can go for Diggy as well as Faramis. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, they picked the Leslie. One more. Do they pick the Diggy from the get-go? Or do they pick something else? Because I feel like they should. But they're not going for it. They're going for Matilda instead. Okay. So Orange Esports, they will let this slide. They were able to get away with it. But now, do they mirror the Count Altar composition? I know for a fact that the Count Altar has been nerfed. Oh, only Thai. Please don't say TY. Alright. Thai. I will try and pronounce it properly. Thai. Thank you so much for the correction.
I will protect you.
And yeah.
Your team is banning.
Respect for MC that he can be alone all the time and his girlfriend just told him to break up. I don't have a girlfriend. Yes. But at the same time, Lolita will be picked from the side of Orange Esports. And as of yet, based on the draft composition, seeing that they're going for the Lolita, it feels like the Lolita is there to just block all this true damage coming from Leslie. I get the idea. Considering that 1-1 is not improved, so I get that implication. Orange Esports taking no chances as well. Matilda Barat is very, very annoying in the jungle lane. Even though it's something that I think Impunity KH doesn't play that as well. So far, most of the Cambodian teams, they don't really play Barat. But Malaysia, they do play a lot of Matilda Barats. It's something that is very, very annoying. But in ranked games pubs, it's hard to pull this off. But Barat in the jungle lane, in the jungle, to pair up Matilda, it's very, very difficult to actually kill. Actually, it's Thai, as in T. Oh, T. Okay.
My pleasure.
T.
Your team is
T.
banning.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, thank you for the correction for the guys who are watching at home. So T, not TY. Alright, T. Okay. T. Okay, so triple Y, silent Y, E. Alright, T. Okay, I get it. T. They'll be playing Carmilla, will be banned off from side Impunity. And as of yet, for Farsa as well, going to be banned off from side Impunity as well. Taking away respecting Stormy, but Stormy, he can play a lot of heroes. Lunox is in the vocabulary, Kadita, Yves, Lilia is also in the pool as well. But that's the thing, we've seen a lot of teams in Malaysia especially deal with the Faramis by trying to mirror. We've seen, I think, Yves as well doesn't have a lot of kill succession. Xavier was supposed to be kind of there, but they nerfed Xavier, so not necessarily the best as well. We've seen teams kind of mirror up by picking the Diggy themselves. But considering that Diggy is up for grabs, and I don't think Impunity is going to be picking Diggy now because of that Matilda pickup. And yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a different one as well. Because if the Impunity force picks the Diggy right now, they're setting themselves up for disaster because of the fact that they have 3 support mages-ish and they don't really have a lot of damage output unless all of them play double support. But I might be wrong. Vendetta being picked up. They do look to go for the Petra side plays. Final pick gonna be the Fredrin instead. So, is this a jungle Fredrin? Or is this a jungle Benedetta? But so far for today, the only jungle Fredrin I've seen so far is being played by... who was it who's played again? Confused. It was played by Slate Esports by Adamir. But it seems like Pena is going to be playing it this time for side Impunity. So this is going to be another jungle friend. Hey, we are currently back on live. I apologize for the disconnection issue. Seems like there is going to be a little bit of issue from my end. And we are going to continue with the stream here for the final game for today. In case you guys are wondering what is happening. This is the Smart Kingdom of Legends SEARIVALS riding around. Final series for today. IMPUNITY currently 1 game ahead. And Orange Esports is taking the lead from the get-go. So welcome back to the stream if you guys are currently watching the stream once again. And I'm really sorry that there was a little bit of issues, but yes, welcome back again if you guys are currently watching the English stream. So, yep, nice to see you guys once again, and this is gonna be the stream coming in. And Orange Esports is currently 1 game behind now, taking 2-0 against IMPUNITY KH in the stream. Things can get a little bit interesting on how things can actually fight their way through, but as of yet, they need to figure out what's gonna be the next game plan. As Orange Esports, it's gonna be playing a little bit slow for now. As OP, gonna be point of interest. They do see Army Lens gonna be playing on the bottom side. And they are gonna try and play this a little bit slow. As OP, gonna be point of interest. Finally, Amni Husina, a language that you can understand. I have always been on the English channel for quite some time. Welcome to stream supporting for Orange Esports. There was an English stream early on. But yes, welcome back. And of course, based on itemization right now, Orange Esports getting full dominance, similar to how Game 1 was as well. But this time with no Johnson in the picture, they're doing really well. And I want to see how this is... That moment when Facebook auto stop stream cost of 8-hour mark. Most likely that's going to be the case. Yes, that's going to be the case as well. But now here comes Impunity. They're going to go for the dive spot. Army Lens going to be focused down, but they don't just seem to have the damage. So that's going to be the mistakes being made. Dawning Light comes in, connects the thought on OP, takes them out of the equation. Great saves coming from solo aim to actually defend against Army Lens. And that's going to be Impunity in a very tough spot. Gold plating comes in. Here comes the Numenon Blast. Doesn't connect. Not going to be able to extend it with those flickers. He doesn't want to risk it coming from solo aim, so that's going to be Impunity backing out. Meanwhile, Turtle will be secured from the side. Subway flicker backwards coming from solo aim. He does have the shields to back off, and now he's in a very awkward position, but he's going to be fine. So that is going to be Orange Esports backing out and respecting this. Meanwhile, Impunity KH looking for the fight. OP going for the shots in. I mean, let's take a little bit too much damage. That's a little bit too much, but the taunt is going to be just enough to get the kill. That's going to be Panha going to catch. And Orange Esports, they finally lose 1 player. That's going to be the marksman from the bottom side. So Orange Esports will be playing them safe. Boom on the top side, gonna be pressuring the top lane. So that's gonna be the 5-minute mark available. So that's top lane. It's gonna take a little bit too much damage. Subway going for the retribution to deny the truck. Tries to salvage the situation. But considering that the total is 70 seconds on the sidelines, they're gonna be a-okay for now. Neo, all by himself. He does have the Marcus available. Solo aim also gonna be there, but it's only a roamer. But there's only so much these two can do. He's gonna get taunted. He's gonna be pulled back as well. That's gonna be the enough damage. Luminov Blast get a little bit of a slow value. Balance comes in, but there's only so much he can do. So Impunity will come on top with this trade-off. Who wins the first game? That's Impunity KH winning the first game. With a very insane comeback. If you guys were watching that as well, because now Orange Esports is gonna continue with this fight. As you can see, Impunity will try to do a little bit more. They want to try and make a little bit more comeback. This time, they're, despite losing a lot of HP, a lot of kills, in terms of economy, they're doing 50-50 compared to before. Orange Esports now, gonna be waiting up on Subway. He's 2-0-1. Stormy as well on the Savior, trying to deal with this Count Altar coming from Deja. This is where things get a little bit slow, just because of the fact that I think when it comes to their playstyle, Orange Esports, they need to actually figure out what they need to do. Do they play for the later stage game where Stormy will excel on the Saber, or do they try and force a fight? And as of yet, it seems like they are going to try and force a fight because Subway is so far ahead. AB Speed comes in, but no, they missed the retribution on the ball. But now the Numerable Boss comes in, connects on 3, and Orange Esports, they're not too happy about losing in turtle trade. They want to get kills. Can they kill Panha? Yes, they can. And that's going to be Alliance taking the jungler away, and they're gonna get the Faramis on top of it all. And Orange Esports, despite the losing the retribution again, Subway losing that fight against Impunity KH, and now they are gonna look for more from the side for Orange Esports, and they're trying to get the decimation in, and that's gonna be Boom taken out 0-2-0. Now Orange Esports 10-2, 4K advantage. Losing the retribution, it's not over yet, but Impunity, they got to respect the power of what the Xavier does to the table. 2-0-6 for Stormy. Neo 4-0-0 on the smartest. Sky Guardian helmet available up on Orange Esports. Xavier does it. And now, they're gonna try and force a fight now. Panha dropping down towards a quarter of his health. Tries going for the kill, but Amilens will be able to survive this. They want to make sure that Amilens doesn't get too low in terms of health. They force the ultimate on Leslie, but they will force the shields up as well. Finally, crits are up on OP as well. That's gonna be the Wind Talker as well as a Berserker's Fury. Not looking to go for steel plate leggings. Going for a little bit of value defense. That's pretty much it from the side of OP instead of a steel leggings upgrade. Meanwhile, what is it going to be his next item? Seems like he's going to go for the Endless Battle instead of the Blade of Despair, or even Medic Penetrate, or maybe even a Malefic Roar. So it's interesting enough coming from OP, but from Orange Esports, Amilens actually going for the Hammer instead, and then transitioning Endless Battle as well as Malefic Roar. So I'm looking forward to see what is going to be his next item pickup very, very soon. Top side. Tried to go for the catch on Stormy. Unfortunately, getting a little bit too quick in the hands. Now they're gonna try and going for a couple more catches to go. As they can see, the Lord is gonna be up for grabs. Orange is in prime position. Panha gonna be opening up the back with Subway. Subway looking to zone out the back lines and focus on the Lord instead, while Valence chips away. That seems to be their objective. Seems like they are gonna switch the position a little bit more top side. Boom is gonna be clearing out the minions before they come in. Neo gonna be starting the fight all by himself. He needs to back out. Great big dotting line from Stormy. Scares on Infinity. They even force the Cult Altar, and because for that, Orange Esports gets perfect advantage of this fight. Panha is still trying to survive this. He's got the retribution. He needs to open up the map. He's 1v2, completely zoned out the fight. And that's gonna be Orange Esports finally taking the Lord. And now the taunt comes in. They want to fight this, but Orange Esports, they want to re-engage. Luminous Blast comes in. Impunity, they have to back out. They lose the Leslie. Great catch coming from Subway. And Panha almost losing the life. Dawning Light connects as well. Deja and Panha almost losing their life. And now top lane, Neo 1v1, Boom versus Neo. Nothing Boom can do. Now Balance starting to scale a little bit harder on this cleanse. It's not the pure damage crit to actually pierce his way through. Meanwhile, middle lane, Subway looking for the fight. Enchanted Talisman up on Stormy. Looking for those big catches. Unfortunately, it's not going to be happening anytime soon. Meanwhile, Boom going to be forced to back out. But Luminous Blast, oh my goodness! He connects on two. He connects them all. Dawning Light completely shuts them all. What a catch coming from Abe. And OP and Deja completely taken it out of the equation before the counter altar was popped. Not even a single purify from Deja. Sheesh from Orange Esports. What a catch. And now they will continue their journey as they try to go in for more. Panha is showing his body for this. And he does have the damage. Deja finally respawns out of life. They lose an inhibitor, but that should be all. Panha now needs to disengage with the help of the gliding winds. He's gonna be A-OK. But Orange Esports now in a very, very tough spot. Dawning Light to zone them off. Deja forced to reset once again. Here comes OP kill. Completely ignoring the fact that Leslie is not going to be able to do this much at all. And Orange Esports will not make the same mistake from game number 1 now. They're going for the pick and pull effect. They're looking for pickoffs. And this time, AIM does not have the flicker available for at least 45 seconds for that Luminous Blast catch. Impunity, all they gotta do is just play it safe. They are gonna be A-OK. The Vision Sentry comes in. They will be able to see where Orange Esports in. Now OP looking to try and harass with those ultimate. Doesn't really do a lot of damage. So they're gonna be A-OK. Meanwhile, on Unstoppable coming in from Tai. Coming in from Amilens. They will get another kill. That's gonna be double coming from Amilens. And Orange Esports goes for the dive. They completely shut him down. Now they're looking for the inhibitors. And Orange Esports, they won a very convincing game. OP forced to back out. Counter saves his life, but is gonna lose their lives as well because they're trade 2 for 4. Now it's up to Deja as well as OP. But do they have the damage to clear the minutes? Ame going for those crits, almost taking down OP. But with the help of the shield bulwark, it's gonna be A-OK. But Orange Esports will say it's not worth the risk. They will back off. Stormy now might be in trouble. Down to last HP. He needs to take one shot and Neo saves his life. further delays the recall, and Orange Esports needs to back out. My goodness. OP starting to feel a little bit too tanky. This is 2 games, best of 2, group stages, coming between both these teams. And Orange Esports really wants to tie the series with IMPUNITY for the group stages. And as of yet, IMPUNITY just making it hard for Orange Esports. They take all the out inhibitor, and now with the Lord up for grabs, IMPUNITY going for the push. A big dotting light connects on 4. They still have the count altar. They're holding it in, but the Lord is dropping down very low. Diamond of Lost zones them off. That's the back line. But can they get it? No, they cannot. I think they did. No, Orange Esports gets the kill. Legendary from Army lands, and now IMPUNITY, they need to back out. Who got the Lord? It's gonna be Orange Esports, and now they're picking him apart. But it's not over yet. OP, they got a kill before he dies, but he eventually can only do so much. The Numenor Blast Shield Borwak is just doing so much work. Ty now needs to run for his life, but with the minions right in front of the base, this might be game. Orange Esports finally closes up a game for themselves. And it is over. Orange Esports ties the series once again against IMPUNITY KH. A very, very convincing victory coming in for them. Woo! That is a very, very quick game. Not gonna lie. A very, very quick game coming in from Orange Esports. Thank you so much for not letting us down. Especially as me as a Malaysian caster, I'm pretty happy to see that this actually went in favor of what I expected as well. Because game 1, one-sided the massacre. IMPUNITY KH was able to make a comeback. Boom. Now, tying the series means their scoreboard is going to be a little bit different for them. Because in their respective groups, they are in the same group for Group B as well as Group A. In case you're wondering how the schedule kind of looks like, this is the schedule for today. We pretty much had all the games completely finished for today, with BurnXFlash winning 2-0 against IDNS, IMPUNITY KH winning 2-0 against MDH Esports, See You Soon and Slate Esports tying the series 1-1, IDNS as well as Falcon Esports, with Falcon Esports victorious with 2-0, and Orange Esports tying the series against IMPUNITY KH. So in terms of the groupings, this is pretty much how the groupings kind of look like, right? Group B, IMPUNITY is gonna be 2-0 against MDH, tying with Orange Esports. If Orange Esports is able to 2-0 against MDH Esports, both Orange Esports and IMPUNITY is gonna be fighting for the #1 spot for the playoffs in the upper brackets. The playoffs gonna be happening on December, of course, and this is where things can get a little bit spicy. So I'm looking forward to see how it goes, but all in all, GG well played to all the teams so far. Tomorrow's game is gonna be a little bit more interesting as well, because as of yet, this is pretty much the screen for everything as well. I think I do have tomorrow's game up available for you guys. Let me set it up for you guys on the stream. My personal as well as Leng by Smart's Facebook page as well. I'm going to be streaming for both sides. It is a cross post for you guys. I do have the day #2 schedule. It is going to be 4 games in total for tomorrow. It's Nightmare Esports starting things off with See You Soon for tomorrow. Falcon Esports going up against BurnXFlash. MDH Esports going up against Orange Esports. And also Slate Esports going up against Nightmare Esports to close things out for day #2 in the group stage. So it's going to be 4 series in total for tomorrow's game. Same time, same place, 12 p.m. is going to be the ones you'll be watching out for. So be sure to come back again tomorrow. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show. I know you guys had a very, very long day with me, and I'm really glad that some of you actually stayed throughout the entirety of the journey here as well. Hope you guys enjoyed your stay as well. My name's ICBaby12. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Instagram as well if you guys like my work, and I'll try my best to keep you guys entertained again tomorrow. And welcome to the English broadcast. I really, really appreciate that every one of you guys stayed through the almost 9-hour solo cast stream. Some of you did, some of you may not, some of you might have been through it, but there's gonna be more games to come for tomorrow for sure. I guarantee you it is gonna be fun. But as of now, that's pretty much it for today's games. But before we close things out, I want to talk a little bit more on how game 2 went based on their stats, because Orange Esports, they played it really, really well when it comes to their composition, right? They are playing something that is very, very different when it comes to their play style and decision making. They're just so much better in terms of early rotations. They understand what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. First game, a little bit of warm up coming from Orange Esports. Game 2, they bounced back, they kept up the momentum, and this time they did not make any more mistakes, which kind of gave them a little bit of an upper hand to actually deal with the IMPUNITY KH. But it's still going to be a long grind. IMPUNITY's game's pretty much over for them for today and tomorrow. tomorrow, and Orange Esports, they need to close out their games a little bit more. Tomorrow, they are going to be playing against MPKH Esports, and that is where things get a little bit interesting because of the fact that if they 2-0 MPKH Esports, that's going to put MPKH Esports in the lower bracket side. But of course, in terms of brackets, let's take a look at the scoreboards coming from both sides. And this is where both IMPUNITY as well as Orange Esports, they tie the series, they share it off. Army Lance going for the clean, goes for penetration, Hunter Strike, going to Malefic Roar, in towards the crit as well as Endless Battle. Full damage coming from Clint, doesn't even care about his own sustainability, but considering how far ahead, I wouldn't care as well. Just go full damage, you know? The passive ability on Clint just brings so much value. Leslie has a very similar ability, but unfortunately couldn't scale enough time. OP was struggling to get to the same shots, and you can't exactly blame OP considering that every single time he tries to make a play, there's this big fat tank called Solo Aim Lolita, stands right in the face, opens up a shield wall, and then yada yada yada. I'm gonna block all the shots of whatever Leslie's trying to do. Pretty easy to block as well. So it's a pretty much hard counter coming in from Orange Esports saying that, yep, you think Leslie is broken? Nothing you can do. So well done. Coming in from the drafts coming from Orange Esports. Itemizations as well. You can see Panha going full tank on the jungle items as well. He's got Curse Helmet, Anti-Kira, Skyguard element, pre-standard coming in. Deja also going to be for bursty style of mage damage. But when it comes to magical damage, they're really lacking in that department. And even though Deja is a Faramis, he's doing his best. But when it comes to AoE damage, Orange Esports just does a little bit better. You've got Stormy on Xavier, just does a lot of AoE damage. And even though Xavier doesn't exactly scale into his early stage of game, but when you go to his later stage of game, Xavier hits really hard, even though it's been nerfed. But the point here of the Xavier pickup was that they needed a way to deal with the counter very quickly and safely. And that's one way to do it. Just drop it out down and like boom, everyone gets scared off. And every single time you try to make a play, this is where Stormy on this Xavier is going to shine the most. He's got 16 assists in all of this fight, 17 assists for this Lolita as well. But I want to see who the MVP is. But before that, let's talk about the match summary of how the match actually breaks down from the game itself. Solo Aim got 17 assists. Damage dealt here is going to be Army Lance, also known as Valence, coming from Malaysia. 99k top damage dealt. The passive ability of the Clint is just to be able to outshine and poke and push against Impunity throughout the entire game. Nicely done coming from 909 GPM coming from Army Lance. Damage taken here is going to be Panha with this Fredrin. No surprise considering that he has been engaging the fights time and time again. And I really like how Panha played it as well. Jungle Fredrin, I think first debut here in the entire tournament coming in from Slate Esports, but tried to replicate it, almost got a couple of very interesting kills, but it's still, like I said, very difficult to play. So Fredrin, kinda still a balanced hero for me. There has been rework on buffing it up ever since its introduction. But without further ado, the MVP from the side of Orange Esports is going to be none other than Army Lance. 99k damage dealt throughout the entire of this fight. His cleanse has been popping off. Well done to Army Lance. He's got the Malefic Roar, he's got the Windtalker, he's got everything enough to just dish out the damage he needs. And regardless of the counter altar, well, that's the thing, you know, we always need to find a way to deal with the counter altar and do a lot of damage. Clean has a decent amount of damage, and once upon a time, Melissa is an okay way to deal with the counter altar, but despite that, because of the nerf, I think a good alternative is going to be the Clint, or maybe even the Cloud to a certain degree. But let's talk about the match highlights real quick here. You can see Orange Esports, they had perfect execution. They were just punishing the goal lane time and time game. There were mistakes here, but there are a lot of majority of this fight is from both sides, just making sure they get the catch on towards the goal lane. And every single time they try to make a do and play, Orange Esports, they don't really mind. Even if you focus on towards the Clint, the biggest threat here is actually going to be Stormy. Pay attention to how Stormy positions himself. He's so far back, where IMPKH, they don't really have a backline to deal with this really long range mage, which is Xavier. And every single time this happens, if you scale the latest in the game, this is where the Xavier is going to be able to outscale Deja in terms of the Faramis. And because of that, things were very difficult, because every single time IMPKH they try to get into a fight, they need to wrap it out quickly. And to do that, it's going to be extremely hard to do, because the main damage dealer that they were hoping for coming from IMPKH is OP. And in this case, how can he dish out damage if there is a Lolita in your face and the shields that just completely prevents you from dishing out damage, even though it's supposed to dish out certain damage, even though you're a tank? So completely hard counter, outplayed. Well done to me from Orange Esports, because that was a flawless game coming from them. And GG, well played. And as of yet, in case you're wondering of how the standings look like, these are the current standings from each respective group. With Group A currently 3 points on BurnX on Group A, tying the series 3 points each with both Falcon Esports as well as BurnXFlash. IDNS pretty much out of the equation in Group A, guaranteed on bottom place. Group B, we have IMPUNITY currently topping the charts with 4 points in total. Orange Esports has not finished his match between MBH Esports yet. We'll be fighting tomorrow for Group B's scores. It's gonna be Orange Esports versus MDH Esports. Group C, however, we did see a little bit of an introduction. That's gonna be See You Soon going up against Slate Esports earlier. They did tie the series 1-1. So all things considered, there's no guarantee spot yet. They are gonna be tying for first place for now. Likewise, coming from BurnXFlash as well as Falcon Esports. All things considered, I want to see how the standings will be shaken up. But for now, Group B, we are pretty much guaranteed immunity, almost either first place or second place. That is the current standings for you guys. And I want to see how it goes. Orange is so strong. They are draw 1-1. Yes, because game 1, Impunity played a very, very solid game, Zoro. He played a very, very solid game. Thanks for today. Love the video cast. Appreciate it, Def. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed as well. Please do drop a follow on my social medias. And if you guys like more, be sure to come back tomorrow because we are going to be having even more games coming in.